Yay. Okay, if anybody is still there, do I have sound? So much for the relaxing diamond painting. These things are good when they work, but total nightmare when they don't. Okay, I think I have sound. Maybe. Okay, I think I have sound. Hey, I do. Okay. Oh, it only took about an hour. So, welcome to Copenhagen. If anybody is still there. Had problems setting up. Found out the cameras needed a firmware update, so I did that, and it looks like it messed everything up. But I think I've got it back again. So I'm working on Springbringer from Diamond Art Club. Probably just over 2/3 of the way through, I think. So got a good bit of colour blocking here. I know most people, or a lot of people, not most people, a lot of people would use a multi-placer to get this section done, but I quite enjoyed single placing, doing a little checkerboard and then going back over and filling the gaps. So I don't know if Catherine and Carly are there. I did say hi, but the mics weren't working. Oops. So if anybody comes in and watches the replay from the beginning, it's going to be very quiet for a while. So, looks like it's going to be an ASMR video. Very quiet out there, but I think a lot of people are still in bed. So I'm just going to sit and work on it. If somebody comments, I will chat. Good morning, Estella from Hungary. Thanks for dropping in. I had a lot of problems trying to get the sound to work, so I think everything's okay now. So it's good to see that somebody is there. So I'm working on Springbringer from Diamond Art Club. More than 2/3 of the way through now. So quite a bit of checkerboarding up in this area. So how long have you been diamond painting, Estella? Okay, that's that colour done, I think. When I'm watching the video in relation to what I'm actually doing, it looks like there's about a 10-second delay. So if you do send a comment and it seems as if I'm taking a long time to reply, that's why. It's about, I'm guessing about 10 seconds before I actually see the comment. Sounds like the police are busy in Copenhagen today. Hi, Anxious Wallflower. Sorry if the reply is late. Got a lot of lag today. I do not have any plans for today. I am concentrating on this diamond painting because I'm sort of getting near the end of it. I'd like to get it finished maybe next weekend. So I thought I would just sit and diamond paint, go live, see if anybody dropped in. Had a lot of problems getting things set up today. Probably wasted an hour trying to get sound. Hopefully it is working now. But yeah, no plans. How about you? No plans either. Maybe do some diamond painting also, and then yeah, I know the feeling. I don't know where you are in the world. I can't remember if you told me, but in Denmark it's already quarter to 2 in the afternoon. So trying to get a bit of this done, then dinner, then maybe get a bit more, then that'll be it. Bed and up at 5 in the morning for work. And then the long haul until Friday, and then some diamond painting again at the weekend. Hopefully I'll get this finished next weekend, that's the plan. It's a really nice one, really want to get it finished and put it up, hang it up at work. Thought it was quite an appropriate one, Springbringer. Putting it up probably the beginning of March. Then the big decision of what to work on next. I don't know how many times I've changed my mind while I've been working on this. I'm still not sure what I'm going to work on next. Oops. This is the only thing about working on large areas of the same colour. If you drop a drill, especially the dark ones, and it lands on top of the rest, it's really hard to see where it landed. I think I might do Sake Dragon next. Really like the look of that. But I'm not going to promise. That could change. I might actually take a break and do some mini dazzles. I bought 6 little frames that they should fit in, and I've got quite a few different sets, so I might do some of them just for a little break. We'll see. I admire you've been able to use tweezers. Whenever I try, the drills will definitely be flying. Yeah, you're pressing too hard. The very first time I tried to use tweezers, I remember I was quite pleased with myself that I actually managed to pick a drill up. And then as I was trying to transfer it to the canvas, it just shot away, and I never ever found it. It just, yeah, it went far and away in the room somewhere. And I thought, nah, forget this. And I just did not touch tweezers for years. And then I was working on a kit that had ABs. And I had read so many times about the problems with ABs and wax, that the AB coating basically pulls the wax out of the pen. And people were saying it's easier to use tweezers. So that's what I did, and it was a diamond painting that had a lot of ABs. Can't remember the name of it. It was from Diamond Dots, and it was a really big winter scene with like a log cabin type thing, and snowman and trees and stuff, but a lot of snow, and a lot of the snow was white ABs. So and it was right. Was it round? I think it was round. I just kept trying and kept trying, and eventually it felt okay. And then, because I was doing ABs with tweezers, and then I was doing the normal drills with the pen, and then I thought, why am I even switching to the pen when I'm actually placing these with tweezers? So I just started using the tweezers all the time. So that's what I did, and I used these tweezers, if the video's working. There's a long delay. I'm watching the video and it's way behind what I'm doing, like way behind. I was thinking 10 seconds. I think it's more like 30 seconds or a minute. So anyway, I'll just keep talking. So I was using these tweezers, very, very sharp metal tweezers, and I used them for a year at least. And then I saw ceramic tweezers, and I buy things just out of curiosity a lot, and then I sit and do little reviews and stuff. So I bought ceramic tweezers and started using them, and I will not go back to this type of tweezer. I just find the ceramics so much more comfortable. They are heavier, they're sort of wishbone shaped, so they've got a lot of spring in them. They've got the ceramic tips that aren't sharp enough to break your skin, so if you drop them on your foot, they're not going to stick into it like the sharp ones will. And because the tips are wider at the end, like they're sort of squared off at the tip, so they're a bit wider, so it means that more of the surface of the tweezer grabs the sides of the drills, and I just find them really, really good. I use them for square and round, but you still do need patience though. Now I forgot what I was doing. That's what happens. I think I've just finished that, haven't I? Yeah, so it still takes patience, because sometimes the drills, you have a bit of problem actually getting them, especially when you're doing the checkerboard and you're filling it in again. Sometimes when you try and put the drill in, you find it flips about, and I can imagine a lot of people just wouldn't want to waste time doing that. Whereas it doesn't bother me. I mean, I've said it before. Normally, when I'm diamond painting, I'm listening to music. I stick the headphones on. I'm just double checking that I'm putting the right colour in the right thing here, because I wasn't paying attention, and that is not that colour. What colour was it? It was the wrong tray. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Number 9. Yeah, I mean the speed thing really. I don't. I make a note of when I start and when I finish, but I used to time things like how long a diamond painted that day, and then tallied the whole thing up. And I don't really think about it anymore. I just enjoy listening to music and diamond painting, so I don't think about how long it took me. So I don't mind. I just like listening to music and just sitting diamond painting. I just find it very, very relaxing. But yeah, it still takes a bit of patience with the tweezers, I think, compared to the pen. The plus with the tweezers is that you don't have any wax or putty residue, so you don't have to worry about trying to pick out little pieces of pink wax or something between the drills. And I mean, I used a pen for a very long time. Well, I used various pens. Again, I buy things just because I'm curious. I've actually got a lot of pens that I still haven't reviewed. That every now and again I'll just go on like AliExpress and stuff like that, and just look for pens that are different. And I actually found one that I hadn't opened the packet. I found it yesterday. I didn't even know what was in it. I've got a few like that. I'm not sure what they are because they've been sitting so long. But it was a metal pen. I should actually do a review of that. It's very, very different. It's hollow, and it looks like it's cast or something, cast metal. Weird pen. So I found that yesterday, and I thought, yeah. And then it came with a butterfly shaped tray. But it was the pen I was interested in, but the tray is a bit different. It came with blue wax, and it came with one of those roller things that you stick in. This is a very long delay. I put that tray down ages ago, and I'm just seeing it going down now. This is my absolute favourite pen. Really, really like it. I like the design. I find it very comfortable. It does not have a hole for a multiplacer because I never use them. I just find this very, very comfortable pen. This is my absolute favourite. It's the wood is spalted tamarind. Just really, really nice. I like the contrast in the colours. It's natural. It's not stained or coloured or anything. This is just the natural wood. So you can see how it's different as you spin it. But I have a lot of pens. Somewhere in the region of 60, 70, something like that. Quite like this one as well. Same style, but smaller, narrower. This one is actually cactus. So it's dried out cactus, then it has the resin poured around it and then it gets machined. So yeah, it's nice. I like the colour of that one. I'm just looking at what I've got in my drawer at hand. Most of the pens are not at hand. This was a nice one as well. Something very different. It's a combination of the wood and the resin. It has little flecks, like gold coloured flecks in it. I just like nice things. It's weird watching this video because I've just showed you this pen and I'm watching the video of that pen. Long delay. What else is here? This is one I got from somewhere like AliExpress. It's a wooden pen. It's pretty, in fact it's very light. It has a hole in the end for a multiplacer if you want to use a multiplacer. It was very cheap, but it's nice, it's tactile. I like the wooden pens, I like that sort of tactile feel. No, the bulb at the end isn't as big as I like. What else is in here? Now I am rummaging through my drawers. Little chubby pen. I would never use this, but I see them a lot on like AliExpress and Temu. For me it's far too fat, chunky, and slippery. There's nothing to really stop your hand gradually sliding down to the tip of the pen. It's a fun looking little pen, but definitely not something that I would use. And I've got some here that I haven't reviewed yet, so I'm not going to show them. What else? Nothing much, nothing of interest. I have some, good morning Sean, or yeah, good morning for you, good afternoon for me. I've got something that is on its way. I got a message yesterday saying it had been shipped. Something very interesting for me, but I can't say anything about it. But there will definitely be a review of some new things, or reviews of new things very soon. One thing in particular I am very interested in, and it will all become clear once I do the review. What was I doing? I'm doing well, Chantel, how are you? I think I'll do this. When I think about it, I've actually got a lot of things, and I mean a lot of things that I need to review. I just look for things that are different, and I definitely found some things that are different, and I thought, would that actually be usable? So yeah, I need to set aside a whole day, I think, to sit and record videos. Not the unboxing videos. Got a cold? Ah, poor you. I hope you get better soon. The flu is going pretty rampant around Copenhagen just now. A lot of people are off work with the flu. It's the same at Tammy's work, with a lot of people off. Yeah, I mean, I've got some stuff here that's just, I get the sort of idea, but I think, is that actually practical? So yeah, I need to really try and set, the problem is I don't have a lot of time. I mean, I'm working full time. I got up either at 4:15, depending what shift I'm, but 4:15 or 5:15 in the morning. I get home about 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I have a shower, then I have dinner, then I go to bed, and then I do it all again. And then I'm trying to fit in unboxing videos and reviews and that type of thing. So I don't have a lot of free time, and I actually want to actually get some diamond painting done as well. So again, that's why I decided I'll do the live, and then I can actually get something done instead of doing unboxings and stuff. But yeah, the more I think about it, I do have a lot of stuff that I need to... That metal pen that I was talking about, I'd totally forgotten about it. I've had it that long. It was just I was rearranging stuff in the room, and I found this package, and I thought, I don't even know what's in this. So I opened it, and I thought, oh yeah, I remember. So yeah, it's a bit like that. Why is it when you look at the key, you can never see the one you're looking for? 61. This one. I don't need that many. So these are fairy dust. A little section of fairy dust, so that'll be nice and sparkly. We were at a concert last night. Instagram, yes, I am on Instagram, but I very seldom post on it. I tend to just concentrate on YouTube. As I was saying, I do not have a lot of spare time, and I was finding I set up Instagram, I set up TikTok and YouTube, and it just takes me so much time to do the stuff I do on YouTube that it's very seldom I post on Instagram. But I do little videos once in a while, but yeah, it's been a long time, especially TikTok. I can't remember the last time I bothered to post anything there. I just concentrate on one thing really, and YouTube is the thing that I concentrate on, because I mean the reason that I started doing the YouTube videos was to try and explain things for people who were thinking about diamond painting, or people who were totally new, and just showing them the way that I do things, or the thinking behind the way I do things, and explaining that there are many ways to diamond paint, many different ways to store your drills, label your things, where to start on a canvas, all that stuff. And it's really down to you. It's whatever suits you. All I can do is say, this is what I do and this is why I do it this way, like tweezers. And I know most people will say, I can't use tweezers, and that's fine. But I have done a video where I was showing if you pour tweezers into a tray, like don't try and do it in a diamond painting, because if you're new to the tweezers, you'll get frustrated probably. What to do is, if you've got a bit of time, pour some drills in the tray. Hang on, we'll just do it. What am I on now? I missed one J. Who is that? J is number 50. I'll just get that one. But even like just that little amount of drills that I've just poured in the tray, if you're trying to use tweezers, instead of trying to use it on a diamond painting where you're probably going to get frustrated, is just pour some drills in a tray, and then just try and pick a drill up. Don't squeeze it hard. Just learn how little pressure you need. Pick the drill up and put it in a row, and then pick up another one and put it in the same row. And if you drop it, it doesn't matter. It's not pinging across the room. That's the big thing when people try and use tweezers, and I did it myself. You squeeze far too hard, and the drill just pings away. So if you just sit for just a couple of minutes and put some drills in the tray, and then practice just picking them up, putting them in a little row. And then move them into a different row. You'll start to learn how much pressure you need. But I would definitely say that the ceramic tweezers, but ceramic tweezers that have this wishbone shape, definitely work better for me, because they are quite springy. These tweezers are actually designed for picking up small electrical components. So it's things that you don't want to crush, it's things that you want to pick up gently. So these tweezers do it very well. The pointy tweezers, like the sharp ones, these are designed for pulling hairs out and stuff. These are for eyebrows and things like that, where you want to really get a good grip of a hair and pull it out. Whereas these are more gentle, they're ceramic. So if you are diamond painting and you have to push drills about to get them just where you want them exactly, these won't scratch the surface of the drills, whereas the metal ones can scratch the surface because you're basically pressing really sharp metal onto plastic basically. So it can start to score the drills, especially if you're pushing really hard. So it's just a bit of practice, a bit of patience. But I think a lot of people are just always going to use pens because it's easier, or they find it easier. But the tweezers are less messy, that's what I like. Unless you decide to get one of those vacuum pens. You get pens now that it comes with a pump and a hose, and it actually sucks the drills up. So the vacuum's strong enough to pick up a drill, so you just touch the drill with the pen and it sticks. You put it to the glue and pull back. The glue is stronger than the suction, so it releases. So those pens don't create any wax or putty residue. And if you're working on a really tilted table, like an easel, like pretty much straight up and down, if you're working on that, you'll never drop a drill. Because I always wonder when I see people that have got tables like really high, how many drills they drop. I mean, even when you're using a pen, I mean, every now and again the drills just fall off the end. So, yeah. It's all these different things, and I think it's very confusing for people who are new, because somebody will say, oh, do this, and somebody says, do that, do this, do that. And it can be really confusing. But eventually you'll get to whatever suits you best, and whatever suits you best is the right answer. Simple as that. Okay, W49. Like a lot of people will not use Tic Tac containers. I've been using them since I started diamond painting, so 6 years. I really like them, and I understand the thing about there's not, they don't hold much. They hold 1,000 drills, but I like the idea that you just pop them open and click them shut. I don't have to unscrew and rescrew the cap, but again, that's just my personal preference. And just because I prefer this doesn't mean that I'm saying that people shouldn't use the screw caps. It's just up to you, it's not a competition. I'm going to need a few of these, I think. Yeah, the pens are cute. I mean, the variation in pens is massive. I have a lot of pens actually that I still haven't even shown people. But yeah, I got into that, like, just looking for pens that were different, and I've built up quite a collection of pens. And the ironic thing now is I haven't used pens for, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years maybe, I can't remember. I don't use pens, but I still go and look and find things that are different. like the vacuum pen. When I saw the vacuum pen, I thought, that is something different. I'll try that. Does it work? And it does. And then I saw an updated version of the one that I reviewed initially. So I bought that and tested that. And I thought, this is better than the first one, because the pen is more ergonomic. It's not just the plastic straw. It's actually shaped. It's made of metal. And it sits in a drawer. Like most of the stuff I've got ends up just sits in a drawer, because I do the review, I test it, I let people see it, and then that's it. On to the next thing. But the tweezers, you can get custom tweezers, like you're talking about the pens. You can get all custom finishes if you look in the right places. I mean, I've already got, I think six or seven, I can't remember, custom tweezers. But the thing is, they all feel pretty much the same. Whereas the pens are different, they're different thicknesses, they're made of different materials. My wife uses a glass pen that is very heavy. The neck on it is very thin, and I would never use it. I bought that because I saw glass diamond painting pen, and I thought, okay, that's different. Did a review, and then showed it to my wife and said, look at this pen made of glass, it's far too thin. And she said, oh, I like this, I like the weight in it, I like the thin neck on it. So she uses it all the time. She's dropped it about 5 times, and how it hasn't snapped, I don't know. But again, it's all this down to personal preference. And then you get the pen that was advertised just before Christmas. It was everywhere on social media. The vase pen. I'll go and get it. This was advertised on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, probably YouTube, as a pen that feeds drills to the tip. That's what it looks like. These aren't diamond painting drills that are in it. They're just decorative things. But in the videos, it looks like when they're diamond painting, they're just going doot, 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 and it places a drill every time. And it was just because they edited the video. They cut out the part where they were putting a new drill in, and they put the corresponding drills in here, so it looked like it was feeding to the tip. And I know a lot of people got caught out by that. So I did a video and explained the whole thing. Showed the pen for what it is, and some people saw the video before they actually bought the pen and did comment and said, thanks for doing that video, I didn't waste my money. Some other people were saying, I wish I saw this video before I bought it. But again, it's like scams and things. Like if I see stuff like that, I'm very keen to do videos and show people the truth, basically. I really don't like it when I see companies trying to scam people. Yeah, now they're making special. Yeah, I mean, that's an obvious thing. It's just you make a pen and you have a hole that is the same diameter as the plastic straw, and then you can I just noticed I was miles out where I put that pen. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that was an obvious thing because people are looking for more comfortable pens. So if you can make a pen that a plastic straw will fit inside, it's easy to adapt it. But a lot of people say, well, I don't know, I think that hose would really be irritating, like the hose that connects to the pump. I think the noise would be irritating. The two that I've reviewed weren't noisy. I mean, you can hear them if there's nothing else at all happening in the room, but it's not loud. Even somebody talking or having a TV on at low volume would get rid of the sound. But I've also read that there are more of those pens appearing. Different companies are doing them, and some pumps are louder than others. So that's a thing that you have to think about. Plus the pens, I've noticed that some, I'll just go and get them, it's easier to show. This is why I like doing lives, because I'm sort of talking about things that somebody is interested in. And so sort of talking about the various pens and things. This is the original vacuum pen that I reviewed, I can't remember, 2 years ago or something. It's thicker than the plastic straw. Plastic straw somewhere. So I'm not sure where I am video wise, because I'm seeing things way behind. So that's the one that I reviewed first when I first heard about them, and it is slightly thicker than the plastic straw. Might not look like it, but I can feel it. It's got this little rubberized bit here to make it like a better grip. It's not like smooth plastic. And it works, it absolutely worked. This is the pump for that one. Just basically a plastic cube. So that was, I don't know, a year ago, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I forget, something like that. I like this overview of all these options. You're welcome. It's just, when I do the lives, I mean, I never know what I'm going to talk about. I don't come on thinking, okay, today I'm going to talk about this. Sometimes I've done lives and we don't even talk about diamond painting. So that was the original one. And then I saw that they had done an upgraded one. Sorry about the noise, because I've still got it in the bag. So I need more hands. I'm just going to cover that glue before something sticks to it. Right, okay, the original pen. Go back to that. So that is the original one that I saw anyway. And it was way before people were talking about them. They're being talked about a lot now. A lot of people are buying them. So that was the original for me anyway. This is the updated one. And it's a more ergonomic pen. It has a little waist here. It's made of metal. And the way that it connects, it's already got the tube inside. It's already set up. This one, I had to actually put the tube in here, and it was a pain to try and get it to fit in. It took me a while, but once I got it, it was okay. But it was very fiddly. This one, I didn't have to do that. I think the pen just looks a lot better. It's, like I said, it's metal, shiny, more ergonomic. Don't know if it's any thicker, maybe very slightly, but because of the waist it may actually be slightly thinner at that waisted part, but it's a better shape. It's got that dip and then it bulges at the front, and I find them more comfortable because it sort of, when you're holding the pen, it stops your hand sliding further down, and I like that sort of design. But the other thing is, it wasn't just the pen that they upgraded. This was the original. You can actually get this one still, and it's, I forget, it's like a few euros cheaper than the updated one, and I think it's definitely worth going for the other one. But so this is the pump and the pen, and I hope it all fits in the shot because I can't actually see. So it went from that to this. So this is the pump now. The other thing is this pump has an on-off switch. The old one didn't. You just plugged it in and it was on, and unplugged it to switch it off. So the new one has an on-off switch. It's also a totally different shape. It's bigger, but it has that hole, so your pen sits in it. So it's a pen holder. So the pump actually acts as a pen holder, which I think looks really good. So I think it was something like maybe, I forget, €5 of a difference or something like that. And for me, this is just a better styled pen. It just looks nicer. They both work exactly the same. But this pen for me is a more ergonomic pen. I think it would be more comfortable for a lot of people. And if they bring out another version, I'm going to buy that and review it as well. I mean, I don't get these for free or anything. I mean, I buy them. The only thing that I never understood is this company are in Germany and they don't ship out with the EU. And I did write to them. I told them that I did a review of the first pen. I sent them a link. And I said, I think this is something that diamond painters in general would be very interested in. And it might be a good idea to open it up to the rest of the world, but they haven't. But now I'm starting to see a lot of people writing about pens they can get on Amazon.com. But some are still basically this pen, except I think it's clear instead of pink. I just wouldn't go for that. It's not the most comfortable pen. They don't multi-place. I don't think it would have enough suction. The other thing is multi-placers don't have a hole in them, and keeping the suction even all the way along the trough where the wax normally goes, I don't think that would work. And I think I don't know, but I think if you had a multi-placer that somehow you set up so it could actually suck up the drills, it would need a stronger pump to lift like 4 or 5 or 7 or 9 or 12 drills. And it may actually be that strong that it doesn't release on the glue. I'm just sort of guessing. But they're definitely single placer. I mean, if you multi-place and you multi-place a lot, you're probably wasting your money buying a vacuum pen if you're not going to use it. But if you work on an extremely tilted table, the big advantage that I saw straight away, I mean, in the videos, I don't know who's seen them, but I shook the pen as hard as I could. It had a drill on it, and the drill stayed there. So if you're working on a table or an easel, when you lift the drill, you don't have to worry that it's going to fall off before you place it. And for me, that would be irritating, working on an upright table and dropping the drills. I mean, they fall off. I mean, when your wax gets to that point where it's starting to drop, you're going to drop the drills. I mean, I work on a slightly tilted table. If the drills fall off the pen, they just land on the table. So, yeah. But again, a lot of people, well, I've seen quite a few people saying that they think the hose would be annoying. The hose is very soft, very flexible, very light. And I found when I was using it, it didn't bother me at all because it's sort of behind where you're working. And it's long. I mean, it is very long. You could actually set the pump on the floor. If that little hum was annoying you, you could probably set this on the floor and still work. But again, it depends how you look at things. Some people will say, I can't remember what the price is, but say something like $35, I guess. Some people will say, I'm not spending $35 on a pump and a pen and a hose. I'll just use the pink pen that I got with the kit. It's free and it works, and it does. So it just depends. Everybody's different what their priorities are. Like things, if things annoy me, I think, right, okay, I don't like this. How can I fix it? These little green trays, really, really irritating. Standard, you get them in all the small kits, all the cheap kits. You get these trays, they've got these angled sides. I talk about it in the videos all the time. The reason I do that is because there could be somebody who's just about to start diamond painting or is new to diamond painting and they don't know about the trays. They are very, very light, and if you put any pressure at all on the edge, they flip over. They are very small, so you can't put a lot of drills in here. You don't want to pile them up. You want it so that you shake the tray and you spread them out. Having a big heap doesn't work. So for me, investing in a bigger tray with straight sides is a definite investment if you're going to be diamond painting, if you decide, right. I mean, it's okay at the beginning when you're not sure. It's a new hobby and you're thinking, well, am I really going to do this for any length of time? But I would say these trays are useless. They are very annoying. You can get ones with straight sides, you can get ones that are bigger. I mean, I ended up getting this one, but people might not want to spend that money, but you can get something along these lines cheaper, like on AliExpress and places like that. But I found the thing with them, I did not expect to be talking about this, but I need to go and get something else. Right, okay, so at the very, very beginning, I had trays like this and I did not like them at all. Then I went on AliExpress or somewhere, I found these trays, and I think it was 2 for $5. You can see the difference in size. I mean, this is huge. It has the straight sides, it's got high sides as well, so when you're shaking the tray, the drills don't fall off the sides. It has a spout, so you can pour the drills back in, but then I found there was issues with this as well. Because that spout is so narrow, when you're tipping your tray up to pour drills back in the container, if you get drills that happen to go in side by side, they jam in the nozzle and then everything piles up on top, and then the drills can come over the top of the tray. So what I was doing was I would shake the tray, I'd pour some drills in, some would get stuck, I'd use my pointed I'd tip the tray back, get my pointed tweezers, push the two that were stuck together back, and then pour them again. If they stick, put it back, clear it, pour it again. That eventually started to get really irritating. Then I found Yellow Dog Designs. Their trays have a much wider spout, so you can see the difference, hopefully. So with the Yellow Dog Designs, I can just tip the drills, tip the tray up, and the drills just pour straight in. I don't have this problem where I have to keep clearing the channel. So now I don't use this tray. It just sits. It's good for talking about trays. But this is the one that I use now, and I've used this for a while. And I like this two-tone. Again, the Yellow Dog Designs, this one, it's white or white. You can't get any other colour. This one, there are a stack of different colours, and then you get these duo ones that have the white base and then the colour. I just think they look really cool. I like nice things. When I'm diamond painting, I like to have a nice tray, nice looking tweezers, nice looking pen, whatever it is. Again, it's my hobby, and I'll buy what I want for my hobby. Some people buy golf clubs. It's up to you. It's your money. So, but I like to buy things and test them and try them and compare them and all that stuff. And then I like to do videos just to let people see and like maybe learn something. Some people might watch a video and think, nah, I'm still never going to use tweezers. And that's fine. Or I'm quite happy using these little green trays. They're free, they come with the kit and they don't bother me. That's fine. But for people who are looking to maybe get away from those problems, that's why I do all these different videos. The other thing about the vacuum pen, before I forget, is one thing that I don't think I mentioned in the videos. I think I mentioned I was going to try it, and then I didn't actually do a video because I forgot. You can actually use, at least the vacuum pens that I've got, you can use them with a power bank. So you don't have to be near an electrical socket to run them. You don't have, what was I going to say? You don't have to be indoors or anything. If you were going away camping or something and wanted to do a bit of diamond painting, take a power bank. You can plug your vacuum pen or your e-pen, what you want to call it. You can plug that in and still use it to diamond paint, which I thought was pretty cool. So I think I've finished. I need to watch back in comments. Making special pens, yeah. I like this overview of all these options. It's more sturdy, doing a suction for multiplacer. No, if you look at multiplacers, they don't have a hole in them. If you look at your standard tips that you get in all the pens, except Diamond Dart Club, if you look inside these, there's a tiny, tiny little hole that normally a little worm of pink wax works its way up the longer you've used the pen. It's that tiny little hole that allows that suction thing to work. If you had a multiplacer on the end, well, the other thing is, if you had a multiplacer on the end, you'd have nowhere to plug the hose in. But if you took the pen tip out and put a multiplacer in, then it needs to be able to give full suction all the way across the multiplacer. And how that would work, I have no idea. But multiplacers don't have a hole in them, so a normal multiplacer will not work. Yeah, definitely. Comfort, obviously, I think that's probably the number one thing. When I started diamond painting, I was using the dining room table, and it was okay at the very, very beginning, but I was doing like, what was it when I started? The 60 by 60 square drills was the very first diamond painting I did, which I thought was absolutely massive. I just had no real idea of what a 60 by 60 was. I just always read, if you want a lot of detail, square drills, and the bigger the better. So I saw a design that I liked on Home Craftology, and I just looked for the biggest size I could get, I think, anyway. It was definitely on the bigger end, 60 by 60 with squares. And when I got it and opened it up, I thought, wow, this is like crazy. Thousands and thousands of these little things. And I was working on the dining room table, and I did that one, and that was okay. And then I decided to get a custom. I was curious about that, and I went for I forget what it is now, is it 100 by 80 or something? It's big. And I was doing that on the dining room table, and I was spending hours at a time, and I started to get a sore neck, sore back, sore shoulders. And it would be like, maybe I'd been diamond painting for 2 hours, and then I'd start thinking, oh, my back. And so I'd stop, and then the next time I did it, I would maybe do it for an hour and a half. But I gradually, it got to the point, even 30 minutes, I was starting to get pains in my back and my neck. So I thought, if I can't do this, because I wanted to do large diamond paintings, and I thought, this is just going to kill my neck and my back. So I started looking at various options. I've done it again. I started looking at various options, and I saw these what do you call them, drafting tables, where you can actually tilt the table up a bit. And I thought, that sounds like a better idea. So that's what I did. I ordered a drafting table, and the other thing was the chair, because I was using the kitchen, like the dining room table chair, just a standard chair, not adjustable, nothing. So I got an office chair that I can adjust the height, it swivels, and it works absolutely fine. What I found is if I lower the chair, so the table's on a slight tilt, it's not a huge tilt, like I can sit things on it and they don't all fall off. But if I'm sitting here, I drop the chair pretty much as low as it can go, and then I'm reaching more across the table than down, like not hunched over the table type thing. I'm low and reaching forward more than down, if that makes sense. And that made a huge difference. I can diamond paint for as long as I want, and because it's a swivel chair, you can sort of move a bit, and I don't have any problems. If I had kept diamond painting on the dining room table, I think I would have given up diamond painting, or I would be doing like really small ones that don't take very long. What is stain? I'm just noticed a comment about the aesthetics. I use Stein or Stein, but there are a few more trays I want to try. Is that a company that makes trays? Yeah, I did start hardcore. Yeah, it was when I opened the box, it was a shock. Like when I took the canvas out, I thought, "Whoa, this is big," and then I took out the drill bags, and at that time, the drill bags were those strings of 200 in each bag for a 60 by 60. And then when I got the big custom, there was a lot of black in that, and it was the little string bags again, and I think I had 275 of those little string bags. Oh, and Etsy. I'll need to have a look. But I mean, I'm really, really happy with the tray that I'm using this one. Really like it. The only one thing that I would say is this comes. No, I think you can get it at like this. Then you can get it with a pour lid or something they call it. The lid only comes up to here, so when you tip it up, nothing will accidentally fall out. But I've never had that problem, and I tip this into Tic Tac containers that are only this wide. And initially I thought, that's going to be a problem. But I found if I open, I can't get the angle right because I'm on the wrong side, but if I open the lid and I've got my finger and thumb just either side, I need to do it this way, but if I have my finger and thumb either side and I tip it up, I can just tip it, nothing falls out. Because I thought, oh, I'm going to have to get a funnel or something. It works absolutely fine. But the thing that I was going to say is, I ordered this one. Oh, I forgot. This comes with a stopper, which I hardly ever put in. You get a stopper as well. Let's put it in the right way. So there's a stopper, so when you shake the tray, you don't actually accidentally spill any drills out the front. But I ordered it with a full lid. So it has a full lid, which presses down, well, it doesn't click, but it's a tight fit. And there's a little recess at the back where you're meant to pop it up when you're trying to take it off. But I found I don't use it. If I'm leaving the drills out overnight, with this tray, I just set the lid on it. I'm not actually pressing it down, I just sit it on top, and that stops any dust or anything getting in the tray. But the Diamond Art Club trays, for me, they aren't as big as this tray, but I think the design is good with the lid. I'll go and get one. So again, I don't know who's watching or who might drop in, watch the replay or bits of the replay. This is the Diamond Art Club's new tray, or newish. It's been out for quite a while now. What I really like about this one is the way the lid fits. It just slides in. There's two grooves, one either side. The lid slides in, it goes up, and it locks. To open it, 2 thumbs, pull back. It's really easy, it works really well. And again, I mean, I talk about it in all the unboxings, but if you've got pets, like cats and dogs that cast hair, if you leave your tray out overnight like that, if maybe you're working on a kit and you decide, okay, I'm stopping, but I'm still working on this colour, and you leave your drills in the tray, you go up in the morning, you've got Fido's hairs are in with the drills. If you've got a lid, that doesn't happen. Another thing is if you've got young kids and they come along, maybe you're diamond painting and you need to go into the kitchen to grab something, you just lock the lid. And if you've got kids that come along and pick it up, the lid will not fall off. Same as this one. I mean, this won't fall off either once it's on, but if I press it down and that's it properly on, I don't have the stopper in, I should really, but initially when I got this I was pulling it up by the front and they said we don't really recommend that because we don't know if that bending will eventually break away the lid. I don't know if that was even on camera. What I hadn't noticed was there's a little recess in the back, so the problem with that is, what do you use to actually get in? Do you use your nails and possibly break them, or do you use your tweezers and is that going to start wearing away the plastic? I don't know. So to remove the lid is a lot more effort than the Diamond Art Club, and I just noticed yesterday that one of these little tabs has broke. I don't know how that happened, but I found that I don't really use the lid. I just sit it on top like that. It's good enough. But I think the Diamond Art Club's design with that sliding lid is just a very simple, neat idea. Hi Joanne, thanks for dropping in. I had no sound when you dropped in at the very beginning. I had problems. I had to do firmware upgrades on my cameras. So I saw you were in, I did reply, but I'm sure you didn't hear me. And I do have a long delay. I think it could even be up to a minute. It's a very long delay. So if I don't reply to your comment, that's why. You started a year ago, yeah. I mean, things change, and I mean, I don't know. I'll definitely have a look at that site. I'm going to write it down before I forget. Okay, scroll back. I've already forgotten the name. Stein. Okay, I'm going to write that. I'm curious now. Do the Stein trays have lids, and do they slide in like this, or do they push? Just curious. I'm going to be heading soon. time I had some lunch, but I'm just making a note of that before I forget. So I just search for Stein on Etsy and it'll come up. Or do I put diamond painting or something? Okay, thanks. Things update so fast now. Yeah, things do up. I mean, the thing is, it's. I mean, I'm just always curious. I'm just that type of person. I'm curious about things and how they work and do they really work and what are the pros and cons. And I just do all these reviews because I'm trying to like help people. Like maybe you should think about this because this could be a problem, or maybe that think about this because this could be really good. But again, it's up to each person what they think is good or isn't. I mean, you're always going to get the people who say, "I just use the pink pen that comes with the kit. It's free and it works." You can't argue with that. It works. But you're going to get people who find it uncomfortable, especially people with arthritis. And I'm talking from experience because my mum had rheumatoid arthritis, and as that developed, she couldn't hold like normal writing pens, nothing to do with diamond painting. But she was finding it more and more difficult to hold narrow things. So she was looking for like thicker and thicker and thicker writing pens because she didn't have the flexibility in her fingers to actually hold things. So that comes into play as well. Just because you find these pens okay doesn't mean everybody does. So again, it's down to individual circumstances and preferences. Google Etsy Steen diamond painting tray. Right, okay. Steen diamond painting tray. Okay, I'll definitely have a look. I'm not saying that I will get something though. Only if I see something that looks different from the things I've tried. There are some things that I see that are different, but I don't know, they don't interest me. I see the trays that I've got, instead of having the rows, they've got little squares, so the drills drop in individually. I personally, I don't really see the point. It's really easy to just pour drills in a tray and just shake it side to side and flip them. It's just getting how hard to shake the tray, and it isn't much. It's just a quick vibration, and the drills will flip over the ridges. Personally, I wouldn't get a tray that had all these little things, because then if you at some point decide that you want to multi-place, that won't work with multiplacer because the drills are all spaced out, so it won't fit in the multiplacer like it should. So if you single place all the time, yeah, I can see the idea, but for me, it's not worth spending money on another tray. But again, that's a personal thing. So yeah, the Diamond Art Club, considering these trays come as standard in a kit, I think they're just very well designed, and they're nice and heavy as well. I like trays that have got a bit of weight to them so they don't just get knocked about too easy. My custom pens are chubby for comfort. Yeah, I mean, I've got I've got so many different shaped pens, and again, it's because I just want to try them and see. Um, the very chubby pens I'm not keen on, but again, it's this thing about finding what suits you. And if you find something that suits you, that's fantastic. If you're looking for something that suits you, that's when you start looking at reviews and things on YouTube. And the more you watch, the better informed you are before you spend your money. No, I haven't. What is the point of a light up tray? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the point is, but that sounds interesting. I mean, I'm definitely curious about that. I mean, I've bought pens that glow in the dark. Absolutely pointless. In fact, I've got one that I haven't reviewed yet. Absolutely pointless, but I like them just because they glow in the dark. It's crazy, but it's just little gimmicks at times just catch your attention. I mean, glowing in the dark doesn't make them work any better, but it just makes them different. Firefly, again, that's a name that I've seen quite a bit. Is that on Etsy as well? Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, as you probably know, I'm in Denmark, so basically next door to you. But yeah, something the shipping fees at times are ridiculous. I mean, I've bought small things to review, and it's cost me more for shipping than it cost me for the thing I was going to review. I didn't even. I don't follow events. The what was it? What was that? The Halloween one, drills and chills or something like that. I took part in that the very first time I heard about an event, and then after that I don't because I can't commit time to different events and have things. It's just no, it doesn't work for me. But I didn't even know there was a Chuck Pinson event. Yeah, again, carpal tunnel, Joanne. Yeah, this is the thing. It's like a lot of people. There is a reason that they want a chunky pen, and there's a reason they don't want to use the straw. It's not necessarily because the straw is just it looks like a little piece of plastic, which it is. But some people, I mean, I can use the straw. I did at the very beginning, but I have other pens that are much more comfortable for me, and I don't have issues. I don't have any arthritis or carpal tunnel or anything. I just prefer comfortable pens. Oh, they're in the US, so yeah. It was the same with Yellow Dog Designs. I mean, I ordered from them. They're in Canada. Can't do it now. They won't ship to the EU because of the GDPR regulations changed. And Diamond Art Studio in the UK won't ship to the EU either for the same reason. But it was before that, and I mean, I've got I think 3 different trays from Yellow Dog Designs, and this one is the one that I really like. I really like the look, the size. I know they've at least done a prototype of an even bigger one that I was interested in. I don't know if it's actually out yet, but they no longer ship to the EU, so I don't really check on it anymore. But there is possibly one that's even bigger than this. Whether it actually is useful, I don't know, because realistically, how many drills are you going to be using at one time on a diamond painting? But if I could have got my hands on I think this is the XL. I can't remember what this is called. XL, 2XL or something. They were going to bring out, or they were looking into developing a bigger one. I know that somebody got one because they requested and just said, could you make a bigger one? So they did, and then they thought, okay, we might actually start producing this. If they did, I would have got one, but I can't now. I'm trying to get us in the EU to find places with quality stuff. yeah, the postage is horrendous. Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, I did make notes somewhere about certain things I ordered, and the shipping cost was way more expensive than the actual thing. I've got a set of magnifying tweezers that I haven't opened yet that I ordered on Etsy. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure the shipping was more than the tweezers. And I don't even know if they'll work with diamond painting. It was just something I saw and I thought, I wonder if that'll work. I'll give it a try. But I mean, that's the thing, like with the tweezers. I mean, the tweezers, none of the tweezers you see were actually designed for diamond painting. They aren't diamond painting specific tweezers. They're cosmetic tweezers. All these really sharp metal ones. If you look up the design, like, doesn't matter what name they've got written on them, there is a standard shape. Like, I can't remember them, but say this is a D35, and then the straight ones are something else. Like they've got a code. They're just a standard cosmetic tweezer that happen to work with diamond painting. So, and it's the same with the ceramics. These are not for diamond painting. That is not what they were made for. They were made for picking up small electrical components, but they work very, very well for diamond painting. So, sometimes I feel that as soon as they stick the name diamond painting on something, the price goes up. But that's just my thoughts. Yeah, straw pen it definitely works. Always go back to a chunker one, yeah. The tray bed lights. I'm still thinking about this. Why would you want the tray bed to light up? I mean, it's got to be just a gimmick. I can't think of a practical reason. The other thing is, if the light is underneath the drills, it's harder to see the colour of the drills. Maybe. Because the light is underneath them. Like, I'm thinking if you were in a dull room, like where you couldn't really get light, you would want the light above the tray so you could see the drills, not shining up underneath. I think that sort of falls into the category of the glow-in-the-dark pens. There's no practical, not that I can think of. I'd need to. I know I'm going to end up looking at them. Whether I order one or not, I don't know. I'd never heard of it, but thanks for letting me know. I'm watching this video. I am so far behind in the video. I haven't done anything for ages. Anyway, it's lunchtime. So, thanks for dropping in, everybody. It was interesting. Yeah, I'm going to try and do more of these videos. Hopefully I don't have the technical problems I had at the beginning. It took me a long time to get this to work. But yeah, and I should be closer to finishing this one as well next time. But yeah, thanks for the chat. It was interesting. I quite like it when I get these things and it's just like, I had no idea I was going to be talking about vacuum pens and pulling them out and all that stuff. And showing all these different pen shapes. Okay, one quick question. Has anybody got any pens yet with Diamond Art Club's new clear wax? Yeah, yeah. What do you think, Joanne, about the clear wax compared to the white putty? I take it you've had pens with the white putty before. It's like a lower quality art dot. What's putty wax? Is that a combination of putty and wax? Or alright, okay. Never heard of that. Yeah, I mean, I used everybody knows I use tweezers, but I tried the pen when it came out with the putty, and it's a lightweight putty. Ah, right, okay. Okay, yeah, when I tried to use the putty, I was finding that it was coming off on the drills, but I found that if I just pressed the pen back down on it, it basically stuck back to itself and it lifted the residue off it. The problem was when it went in between the drills and trying to pick it out, and even worse was when it went on the glue. It was impossible to get. It was like trying to get chewing gum off glue. Yeah, the putty, that was the problem. I mean, I've been talking back and forward to Diamond Art Club about it, and I was asking them about the clear wax before I actually got it. I think I've got 3 pens now that I've got the clear wax, and they said that, because the thing I was thinking is, okay, you already create pink wax. What is the thing about the clear wax? Is the clear wax better than the pink wax? Is it stickier? Does it last longer? And they said no. They said that the clear wax is purely clear wax because they think it looks better in the tip of the pen instead of it being pink. They said the composition of it, everything about it except the colour, is the same as the pink wax. The reason that they switched it was because so many people were having problems with the white putty. People, and it's all down to temperature and climate, and it was, some people were having problems with it being like really stringy and just sticking to everything. Other people were having problems with it being really thick, and they were having problems trying to feed it through the tip. And as they were getting more and more feedback, they realised this just isn't working. The idea of it was it lasted longer than wax, but they found that it started all these other problems just depending on the environment that the pen was being used in. So they decided to switch back to wax. They said they don't think it'll last as long as the putty does, but you won't have the problems that you have with the putty. And I think that's a good decision. I haven't used it yet, but I'm just sort of, I mean, they make the stuff, so they've said that the composition of it is exactly the same as their pink wax. The only thing that's different is the colour. So yeah, it's just, I know a lot of people had problems with the putty being stringy. I've read a lot of comments about it. They were having problems feeding the putty to the tip as well. But there's, I can't really say too much, but there is something coming. There's something on its way to me that is new, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure when I can do a review. I need to speak to them about it. But yeah, something new coming up. So anyway, I better go. I'm going to have some lunch. I'm going to have a look at Etsy. I'm going to look at trays, and I'm going to have a look at that light up tray and decide whether I'm going to splash the cash, as they say. Watch some reviews on Alien Putty and Art Dot Putty Wax, both good for ABs and hard places and both long-lasting. I use Grayson's I love the name, Intergalactic Putty. Everybody in the galaxy uses it. US only. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm in Europe, so it's frustrating for us to see things that are US only. But that's just how it goes. Yeah, John's the same. Well, actually, you're not the same. You're not in the EU. Yeah, you're in a land of your own. Yeah, the UK was in the EU when I moved to Denmark. It made it a lot easier for me to move here. But you never know. Maybe they'll change. Come back again. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Well, you were here. We were talking about that earlier. The shipping costs from America to Europe are horrendous. Especially if you're buying small items that don't cost much. The shipping costs way more than the item. Yeah, unless you have a friend in America that could get it and send it to you. I don't know if it'd be cheaper. Post it in an envelope, would that be cheaper? I don't know. I mean, I did that with well, not in an envelope, but I did that with the light pads that I got for me and my wife. They are A2 light pads. They're wired. They've got a dimmer switch on them. They're really good light pads, but couldn't get them. They were on Amazon.com, but they would not ship to Denmark. This was quite a few years ago now. Must be like 4 years ago. They wouldn't ship to Denmark. So I got in touch with somebody, a diamond painter that I know in America, and said, could you do me a favour? Could you buy 2 of these light pads? I'll send you the money and let me know how much it is for shipping. And that's what they did. And that was how I got the light pads. So where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, I'm going this time, but thanks for the chat. And hopefully this works next time I put it on. Took far too long to get things going, but I'm glad I did it. It was a really interesting live. Well, we spoke about a lot of different things, and nobody argued. No arguments. Love it. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody. Have a good day, and I will catch you later.